What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news. And before I jump into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Now, like always, we got a lot to talk about in this video. But to go over some of the highlights, we have a potential first look at the Fragment Union Air Jordan 1 High OG. As well, I got to talk about the news of the Air Jordan 4 Toro Bravo returning in 2026. Also in this video is quite a few 2026 Air Jordan releases. And of course, there's more from Jordan Brand. Also in this video is a ton of stuff from Nike. We got one thing from ADIDAS and one thing from Reebok. And now let's jump into the news. Anytime I have the chance to talk about the Reebok Shaqnosis, I'm going to do so. And today, the Washed Black pair dropped. So this is a new colorway, a classic silhouette. One of my favorites from Reebok. Definitely top 5, potentially top 3. And for those who don't know, which I'm sure everybody does, this is one of Shaquille O'Neal's signature shoes. Now, this pair originally dropped in 1995, not this colorway. And the shoes will feature a black, chalk, and blue colorway. Now, I really hope they release the OG pair. I would love to see that shoe drop. But if you want to grab this one, they are available now. They released today, April 3rd, via Reebok.com. And the retail price is $150. Bape and ADIDAS are connecting once again. I'm not sure how many times they've collaborated in the past, but quite a few. And once again, they're going to drop 2 superstars. So I do believe I went over these in a previous video, but we do have release details. But one pair will come dressed in blue and white, and the other features white and black. Now, as for the release date, both pairs will drop on April 5th via adidas.com, and the retail price will be $160 each. Also releasing alongside the sneakers is matching apparel. Moving on to Nike, and we have a lot to go over. The first pair is the Nike SB P-Rod 1 OG in white and black. Some people are calling the shoe the 20th anniversary because, for those who don't know, this pair dropped 20 years ago. They originally released in 2005, and recently official images popped up giving us our best look yet. Now, we did see a retro take place in 2015 that was to celebrate the model's 10th anniversary. Now, along with the official images, we have a potential time frame for the shoes to be released. So the rumor is for now that they're going to drop in May 2025. So these will be available at skate shops and on Nike.com. Well, they're expected to be available on Nike.com. And the retail price will be $110. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have never heard of Pan Records until this collaboration, so they are new to me. But they do have a collaboration with Nike on the Air 180. So this pair features a different look than your typical 180, and the pair comes dressed in black and anthracite. So Pan Records was founded in 2008, and as you can see, this shoe features black throughout, but it features a crinkled synthetic across the upper, and then we have a semi-translucent overlay that wraps the mudguard and the toe box. Honestly, I don't like that look at all. I'll just reserve my thoughts till the end. Now, the pair also lacks the large swoosh that is usually seen on the panels. Now, the outsole is also dressed in mostly black, and it features a graphic of Pan. So I googled what Pan was, and Pan is a mythical half-goat, half-human figure known for music and nature. The pair also features special branding on the tongues and insoles, and each pair comes with unique packaging. Now, if you're a fan of this pair, which I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't like them at all. I feel that overlay doesn't look right on the shoes. Missing the swoosh, it doesn't look like. At first, when I saw the images floating around, I wasn't even sure it was an Air 180 until I looked closer. But again, that's just my opinion. If you like them, you don't have to worry about me going after your size. And they're going to drop on April 12th. They are on the SNKRS App, and the retail price will be $150. A couple days ago, we received a first look at the Liverpool Nike Air Max 95. These are nice in my opinion. I like these a lot. And yesterday, product shots came up of this shoe. So this pair features a black, gym red, and smoke gray colorway. So to go over the pair, it features a gradient across the panels, which starts out in black and then ends in light gray. The shoes also feature gym red on the eyelets, tongue branding, swoosh, and within the Air Max unit. Now, of course, connecting to the club, we have the Liverpool liverbird crest inside of the tongue and a red Air Max label on the insoles. Now, finishing the look on this pair is a black midsole and a matching rubber outsole. So I have good news and bad news. Well, the good news is that they're going to release, and they're expected to drop in summer 2025, which means a release will take place between April, so it could be this month, and June. Now, as for the bad news, this pair is said to release exclusively in the UK. So if you live outside of the UK, these won't be easy to obtain, and the retail price will be $160. Now, I'm sure there's some car guys who watch this channel. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big car guy. I can appreciate an old school car, but I don't know a lot about cars. But either way, Devin Booker and Nike have a collection coming up in collaboration with Chevy. Now, in the collection is the Nike Blazer Low, which appears to be two colorways, although only one has leaked. And then we have the Nike Book 1, and the images of the Nike Book 1 are really bad in my opinion. It's really hard to tell what's going on. I mean, you could tell, but you'll see in a moment. Now, as for the Blazer Low, this pair features a team dark green, cell, and gum yellow colorway. I believe I talked about the shoe about a year ago. It might have been less than that, but definitely in 2024 because Devin Booker was spotted wearing this shoe, but at the time it wasn't known that it was going to be in collaboration with Chevy. Now, the collection is said to pay tribute to his 1969 Chevy Blazer K5. Now, I'm not sure if it's specifically the Blazer Low or both pairs, and the shoes feature green suede on the upper and a gum rubber outsole. They also feature a white swoosh on the panels and book across the heels. They also come with an exposed foam tongue, and on the tongue we have the Chevy branding, and the shoes come with a pendant, one of the Chevy logo, and then the other one is D/B Blazer, which I thought was pretty dope. Now, what I really like about the shoe is the packaging. So the packaging is the old school box with the world on the top of it, and the paper within the box looks like old school car catalogs, and it has images of cars. It looks like the Blazer as well as a truck, and of course Nike branding and the sneakers. So these are pretty dope. Now, for the Book 1, we don't have the official colorway as of yet, but as you can see on this pair, it features mostly yellow throughout. The Chevy branding is used on the tongue in blue. It also lands on the insoles, and then down the heels, Chevrolet is written. This pair also comes with the cell midsole and a matching rubber outsole, white on the swoosh. Now, it looks like, but hard to tell, that these could come with extra laces. Now, the collection is expected to debut in April. However, we do have a release date for the Blazer Low, which is said to drop on April 22nd. The retail price will be $100. Currently, we don't have a retail price for the Book 1. We now have a first look at the retail version of the Nike LeBron 21 Prime 96 in Varsity Red. Now, in 2024, we did see LeBron James wearing this shoe on court. It was considered a PE at that time. He actually wore them during the 2024 NBA All-Star Game in black and white, and then shortly after, he wore the Varsity Red pair. Now, this is a hybrid shoe with the LeBron 21 and the Nike Air DT Max 96, which is Deion Sanders' shoe, and the colorway used is an OG colorway. Now, the pair features a white, metallic gold, fire red, and black colorway, and the upper of this pair is mostly taken from the DT Max 96, while the midsole is taken from the LeBron 21. There's also some other areas of the shoe from the LeBron 21 as well. And as for the release date, they're currently scheduled to drop on April 25th, and the retail price will be $180. Vanessa Bryant previewed multiple upcoming Kobe releases on her Instagram, and one of the pairs is the Kobe Bryant Nike Air Force 1 Low Soft Yellow. Now, in a previous video, I talked about the Air Force 1 Low in collaboration with Kobe Bryant would be a Protro version. Now, I wasn't sure what would make them a Protro, because usually it features updated tech. So for the Air Force 1, it'll feature a drop-in React X insole. So comfort will be upgraded on this pair. Now, we only have the one angle, and unfortunately we don't have an image of the insoles, but what I was told is that it'll either have an image or a silhouette of Kobe Bryant shooting a free throw. Now, as you can see, this pair features a soft yellow across the upper, constructed with leather, and then we have purple detailing on Kobe's signature and the rubber outsole. Now, on the heel of the left shoe, it has his number 8. I'm not sure about the right shoe just yet. Obviously, we only have the one image, and it looks like for the laces, there's a snakeskin pattern. These are kind of nice. I like them. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date at the time of recording, but they are expected to drop summer 2025, and the retail price will be $150. All right, so I got to give you guys a heads up on the Nike Kobe 9 Elite Protro What The. As some of you may know, the release date has changed. I did post it on the website, Instagram, as well as Twitter, now known as X, but for some reason, if you missed out there, I'm going to briefly go over it here. Now, initially, this pair was expected to drop on April 13th. There was this pair, the Kobe 6 Dodgers, and the Kobe 8 What The. Now, the only pair that is dropping on April 13th is the Kobe 8 What The. And I do have those on hand, so I'm going to drop a full review on those this Saturday. It's been years since I've done a review on a Kobe shoe, so I'm really excited about that. But for this pair, we're going to have to wait a bit longer until they release. So from my sources, what I heard is the release date is May 21st. Now, the initial retail price is said to be $300, although it's kind of hard to believe that it's going to be $300. I more think it's going to be $240. I'm going to ask some people, so before this video goes live, if I find out, there will be a title on the screen saying the new retail price. We got more rumors going around, and typically I don't share rumors, but with this, I'm hearing this is an actual thing. Although, still not 100% confirmed to release, and that is that Nike SB will release the Air Force 1 in 2026. Now, recently, Eric Koston was seen wearing the SB Air Force 1, and the pair was dressed in all black. It had some type of coat on the shoe, and that signifies that he was wearing a wear test sample. So he's skating them. He's going to give his opinions back to Nike, and potentially we could see a release in 2026. Now, I did hear from some people that spring 2026 is possible we could see a first release. Now, it won't be in all black. Well, it potentially could, but not the pair he's wearing because that's a wear test sample. And what's a little bit weird is that there was a rumor last year that in 2025, Nike SB was going to release the Air Force 1. And then I found out that it wasn't going to be in collaboration with Nike SB, but it was going to be a skate shoe and known as the Nike Air Force 1 Skate. Now, I saw a handful of samples of that shoe. I did mock-ups for them, and what actually released was a little bit different. From all the product shots that I've been seeing of that model, it doesn't say skate on the tongues, although the sample pairs did. So it appears that Nike removed any type of skate branding from that shoe, and it looks like they potentially could have done it because they decided to actually release an SB Air Force 1. So again, just wanted to fill you in on the bit of details. The release isn't 100% confirmed, but I'm hearing that it's a strong possibility. Now, this is an interesting pair. I like them. This is the Nike Air DT Proto 92 in white and black. So it's said that this pair is inspired by the prototype of the Nike Air Diamond Turf. As most of you know, the Diamond Turf dropped in 93. This pair is labeled 92 and said to be the prototype version of what we eventually would see. Now, I don't know if this is a made-up story or if this is actually the prototype. I tried to look up the actual prototype of the Diamond Turf or early sketches, and I couldn't find anything. I think there is a possibility this could have been the early prototype because the changes aren't huge on this pair. Now, for the Air DT Proto, it has a swoosh on the mesh panels. Typically, there is no swoosh there. And across the midfoot strap, we have Nike instead of a swoosh. That's pretty much the key differences that I saw on this pair in comparison to the Diamond Turf 93. And this colorway features white, University Red, metallic gold, and black. It kind of reminds me of a variation of the Atlanta Falcons pair. From the official photos, we do have the goalpost on the pull tabs, primetime branding on the tongues. And overall, I think this is a really clean shoe. I really hope that Nike, before they release, come out with a story, share some images if this is actually the prototype, just because I would be interested in learning. Now, as for a release date, again, unfortunately, we don't have one, but they are expected to drop summer 2025, which of course means that a release could take place between April and June. So anytime now, I'm definitely going to be asking around for a release date, so hopefully I'll have an update for you guys soon, and the retail price will be $150. As I mentioned earlier, Vanessa Bryant showcased multiple upcoming Kobe releases on her Instagram. Now for this video, we have two that we haven't seen until now, or until she posted them. And this pair is the Nike Kobe 4 Protro CHBL. So CHBL stands for Chinese High School Basketball League. So this will be a tribute to the league. And this pair features a lightning, black, soft yellow, and dusty cactus colorway. Now we only have one image of the shoes. I'm sure we'll get a better look very soon, but I will say this first look is definitely a clean one. Now from this angle, I can't see any particular branding to the CHBL, so I'm not sure if it's an official collaboration or just kind of like a nod to it. But as you can see, it starts out with yellow on the toe and then it gradients to white as we get towards the heel. Around the heel we have soft yellow, which was also used on the Air Force One. The swoosh, Kobe's shield logo, and his signature on the heel is done in black. Now across part of the midsole we have speckled detailing, which also gradients. And it looks like this pair comes with two laces, one in yellow, the other in dusty cactus. I really like the colorway on these. I like the look, I like the gradient. They're super dope in my opinion. Now, as for a release date, unfortunately, we don't have one, but they are expected to drop summer 2025, and the retail price will be $190. Now, I just hope with this shoe that it isn't an exclusive to China. I hope it releases worldwide. There is a possibility they could only drop in China. I hope that's not the case, but again, I will have more details soon. Last up from Nike, we also have a first look of the Nike Kobe 9 EM Protro Mambacita thanks to Vanessa Bryant. Now, this pair pays tribute to Gigi Bryant, Kobe and Vanessa Bryant's daughter, which she unfortunately passed away, and as many of you know, the Mambacita series pays tribute to Gigi. Now, in 2025, it would be her 19th birthday. Gosh, time goes by so fast. It's so unfortunate what happened to her and her family, and she was so young. It's crazy. But her next release will be the Kobe 9 EM Protro, and it features a black, white, and metallic gold colorway. As far as looks go, this pair ranks pretty high as far as Mambacita releases, at least to me. I think these look really dope. I'm a big fan of the gradient. I liked it on the CHBL that I just talked about, and this shoe features like an anthracite or a black to white gradient across the upper. Again, we only have the one image, so we can't get like a full look. But as you can see, we have like a marbleized finish on the midsole and the heel counter. And I'm going to assume, although not confirmed, it will land on the rubber outsole. The shoes will also have metallic gold, which hits the swoosh, Kobe shield logo on the tongue, and it reads GG on the heel of the left shoe. We should be getting more images soon because the release date isn't that far away. So like previous Mambacita releases, this pair will drop on May 1st, which is Gigi Bryant's birthday. Also, they will be available in men's sizing. The retail price will be $180, and grade school sizes will cost $120. As most of you know, the Air Jordan 1 High OG Rare Air in Deep Royal Blue releases this weekend, and I just dropped a short on them. So if you want to get a closer look, there will be a link in the description below. But why I'm talking about them now is that some images popped up showing the black swoosh worn away. So underneath it, we have red. You guys might remember in previous videos, I talked about it quite a few times, but somebody actually went ahead and did it. Now, I did talk about me doing it, but I got the shoes late. I just got them on Tuesday. I dropped the video on Wednesday, so I definitely don't have enough time to do it and prep it and all that good stuff. So I did want to showcase the photos. There's only two, and as for the release date, they're going to drop on April 5th. The retail price will be $180 in men's, $140 in grade school, $85 for preschool, and toddler sizes will cost $70. So this is a heads up. The A Ma Maniere Air Jordan 3 for the Love, also known as Diffuse Blue, is expected to drop in April via the SNKRS app. Now, at the time of recording, this isn't 100% confirmed, but official images did pop up. And traditionally, whenever there's an A Ma Maniere collab, they drop at A Ma Maniere first in their partner stores, and then we see a release take place on the SNKRS app. Sometimes they land at boutiques as well, but I haven't got confirmation if this pair is going to be available at boutiques outside of the A Ma Maniere network, that is. I know some people have been asking if the shoes are going to drop on the SNKRS app. It does look like it, although, again, not 100% confirmed. They did drop on A Ma Maniere on March 29th. A lot of people thought that they were going to also drop on the SNKRS app on the same day. I'm not sure why. I think somebody started a rumor. Once I have a confirmed release date, I definitely will update you guys, and the retail price will be $225. We now have a first look at the Air Jordan 3 Pure Money. Now, in the previous video, I did go over the shoe, and that is because a couple images leaked of a fake pair, and they kind of circulated. I believe it was the previous video. Maybe it was the one before that, but either way, we have a first look, and what I think is very odd about this is that it'll feature Pure in the money sign behind the heel tabs. As you can see in some of these photos, the individual pulls back the heel tab so you can see it. Now, why I think this is odd is because I kind of assumed, although I didn't confirm it or know for sure, that since the Black Cat didn't have it, Black Cat written that is, that the Pure Money 3 would not have it as well. So I am happy that Jordan Brand is adding that to this shoe, or making sure it's close to the OG pair. Now, I never owned the OG pair of this shoe, but in these images, you're going to notice that the Pure and the money sign, it actually is a bit large. It peers a little bit above the heel tab. Now, I'm not sure if the OG pair had that. So if anybody who is listening owns the OG pair, let me know if it did come up a little bit above the heel tab or if it was tucked away. Other than that, these do look on point to the original release, which took place in 2007. The only thing that's really changed that I could see is the shape. The shape looks a lot closer to the OG mold. The elephant print on the laces appears to be a little darker, so that's going to stand out as well. But other than that, they have the metallic silver detailing throughout. Elephant print wraps the toe and heel. It has a white midsole and a matching rubber outsole. Now, as for the release date, this pair is currently scheduled to drop on July 5th, and the retail price is $200. Now it's time in the video that I talk about more 2026 Air Jordan releases. And the first pair I'm going to talk about is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Psychic Blue. Now, what is shown is a mock-up. I'm not sure how this pair is actually going to look. Also, this will be a women's exclusive. Now, the pair will feature a Pale Ivory, Psychic Blue, and Coconut Milk colorway. Now, I had the mock-up done, and it looks like it kind of has like a shiny metallic finish to it. I'm not entirely sure if the shoes will actually have that, but it will have Psychic Blue at the minimum. Also, since Coconut Milk is used, more than likely they'll land on the midsole. And other than that, I don't have too much more details about this pair, but they're expected to drop spring 2026, which means a release will take place between January and March, and the retail price will be $180. We also have a couple Air Jordan 1 Low OG releases, and I wasn't sure about a nickname for the shoe, so Z and I decided to come up with the nickname Sell Off White. Now, I have no idea what these are going to look like. I just was given the details as far as the colorway, style code, release time frame, and the retail price. Matter of fact, at the time of recording, I don't even have a mock-up done. I will have one done. You'll see it in this video, but this pair will feature a Cell, Off-White, and Coconut Milk colorway. So this shoe is going to come pretty much dressed in all white. Now, the Coconut Milk detailing will give it an aged look. Now, we are expected to feature the Off-White Air Jordan 1 High OG, the Euro pair, during the holiday 2025 season. So I wonder if this is going to be some sort of offering for those who missed out on the high. No, it's not going to be a collab, but the multiple shades of white kind of gives me that feeling. Now, other than that, I don't have additional details, but they're going to drop spring 2026, and the retail price will be $140. Now, these next two releases, I do have more information, and the first pair is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Cool Gray. Now, what is shown is a mock-up. However, this is an accurate mock-up of what's releasing. Now, this pair will feature a cool gray, black, cell, game royal, and white colorway. So the pair will feature cool gray suede on the overlays. That will also wrap the toe, eye stays, the ankle overlay, and around the heel. Across the base is white leather. That also lands on the toe box, and then black fills in the swoosh, ankle, and laces. Now, this pair will also feature a metal wings logo done in gold. And then they'll have Game Royal on the tongue label and the outsole. The outsole looks semi-translucent. These are decent in my opinion. Again, dropping spring 2026, and the retail price will be $180. Also dropping in spring 2026 is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Medium Olive. Again, what is shown is a mock-up, but this is an accurate mock-up of what's releasing. This pair will feature a medium olive, black, summit white, and cell colorway. Now the shoes will feature nubuck across the overlays done in medium olive, and then we'll have white leather across the base and the toe, and then the same shade covers the tongue. Cell fills in the midsole, and then we have black on the swoosh, which will be the larger swoosh, tongue label, laces, and wings on the heel. Finishing the look is medium olive on the rubber outsole. Now, I believe in 2024, there was a rumor going around that the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG medium olive was going to release. Now, that was true. I did have details on that shoe, but for unfortunate reasons, and I have no idea why, that pair was scrapped, and a lot of people were upset about that. And yes, this isn't a Travis collab. It does feature medium olive, and I think overall, the pair is clean. I like the color blocking. Definitely a dope fall shoe. Again, dropping spring 2026, and the retail price will be $140. Finally, we received a first look at the Air Jordan 1 High OG Shattered Backboard. And I will say, these look nice. Now, I'm not going to talk about the quality of the shoes because, for one, I don't have them in hand. Actually, it's just one. I don't have them in hand. But I will say, they do look decent. They look good. Now, what I heard is that the quality won't be the same as the original release. Now, again, that will be something we all will have to determine once we get them in hand. But for those who don't know, they originally dropped in 2015, and to celebrate the 10th anniversary, they're going to be released once again. So the pair features a black, cell, and starfish colorway, and overall, the color blocking is on point, and one thing I'm happy that the individual who leaked these images, they showcased the insoles, so the insoles will have the shattered backboard design on them. Now, what we can see is that the pair will feature a somewhat tumbled leather throughout. Now, tumbled leather doesn't automatically mean that the shoes are superior in any way. Some people like tumbled leather, but that doesn't mean that it's better quality than other leather. Also, for those who don't know, which I'm sure everybody listening knows this, but the Shattered Backboard theme is a tribute to Michael Jordan's dunk during a 1985 exhibition game in Italy. Now, his uniform was in orange, black, and white, and he shattered the backboard, of course. So the colors from his jersey are used on the shoes, and then, of course, the insoles pay tribute to the broken backboard. Now, what's different about this release compared to the previous one is that they're going to be available in full family sizing. So I don't have the retail price breakdown for grade school and below, but the whole family will be able to get a pair. The retail price in men's sizing will be $180. Also, for now, they're going to drop on July 12th, 3 days before my birthday. So this might be a gift to myself when they do drop. But overall, I'm happy with them. And let me know your thoughts down below. On April 1st, my DMs were flooded. And that is thanks to my good friend Z Sneakerhead Z. He made a post on his Instagram that the Toro Bravo Air Jordan 4 is returning in 2026. The post blew up. A lot of comments on this post. People super excited about the release. And multiple people reposted this information. And a lot of people didn't even give credit to Z when they reposted it, which I thought was weird in itself. But as some of you may know already, this was an April Fool's prank. On his post, he had that they were expected to return on February 29th. So some people missed that, and I totally understand the excitement of seeing a shoe that a lot of people want to return. Sometimes you just overlook things. But why I'm talking about them, because I'm already assuming that a lot of you knew this was an April Fool's joke. And I will say, talking to Z, this post was 100% intended to be an April Fool's prank. However, a return is very possible. I'll put it like that. I can't speak too much more on this. And no, this is not an April Fool's prank that I'm talking about it now. It's no longer April 1st. I don't partake in the April Fool's pranks. I remember I did it one year and a bunch of people got upset and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of over that. But I can appreciate when authentic sources do April Fool's pranks. I don't get why these pages who post fake news and wrong information all year around all of a sudden decide to post an April Fool's prank. It's like, that should be the one day you should give it a break. But yes, reading in between the lines, a release is possible. Now, I'm not going to 100% confirm it because I can't. But I'll say that there are talks. amongst a lot of other shoes that I have yet to talk about. But what I will say, 2026 will be another exciting year. There's a shoe that I really want to talk about, but again, I can't because it's not confirmed yet. And I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. Shout out to one individual. Again, reading between the lines, you guys might know what I'm talking about. But that's all I'm going to say for now. That's all I can say. And of course, I will have more details soon. I was super excited to leak this information, and unfortunately, somebody beat me to the punch. And not that I would actually have a first look at the shoes, but I would have had a mock-up of them because I received details as well as this image about the upcoming release. So this is the Fragment Union Air Jordan 1 High OG collaboration. Now, some of you might be saying this looks different from the mock-up that I put out, and I said that it was accurate. And it was accurate. That was a sample pair that was expected to release. However, things changed, and this is expected to be the retail pair. Personally, I like the other sample. I wish they had stuck with that. And overall, the colorway on this shoe reminds me of the Fragment Travis sample that was seen several years back. Now, I'm going to go over this pair, and I'm going to give you some additional details that has me a little bit scratching my head and kind of wondering. But as you can see, the pair features blue, black, and white. We have an oversized Wings logo on the ankle, Fragment's double lightning bolt logo on the lateral side. It also comes with the DIY-like stitching, which is done in a light shade of blue. Right beneath the Wings logo, which might be hard to see, there's a small label which reads Union. The pair also features exposed foam on the tongues. And on the medial side of the midsole, we have text which reads Chris, Hiroshi, and SP26. So, what has me scratching my head a little bit when I initially received the details, because yes, I received a specific colorway, a style code, and the release time frame, which is spring 2026. Fragment was not listed on the information, only Union. Furthermore, I did see a label of this particular pair. Now, the colorway on this pair is different from the colorway that I received from my sources. Also, the style codes on this pair and the other one is different. So that could mean a couple things. One, that this sample pair is a sample and they may release something different from this. Or two, which I think is unlikely, the information that my guy gave me is outdated. Now, there is a small chance of that, but it literally just popped in the system hours, and I mean hours before images of this pair leaked. But more importantly, there's no mention of Fragment on this shoe. At least in the description. On the shoe itself, yes, but not in the description that I was sent. So I'm not going to put out the colorway yet or the style code until I have 100% confirmation on that. But I have heard from several people that this will be the 2026 release. Now, I haven't heard from any of my sources. They haven't seen the shoes. They just supplied me the info. So basically what I'm getting at, although a Union Air Jordan 1 collab is expected for 2026, I can't 100% confirm if this will be the actual color blocking at the time of recording, nor can I confirm 100% if it's going to be in collaboration with Fragment. Again, this could just be a sample and something may change, although I do think that it's very, very likely that the Union information that I received will be the Fragment collab, and maybe it was an error on Jordan Brand's part by leaving it out, or they left it out just to give partial information, because I've been noticing that lately Jordan Brand and Nike are trying to catch people up who leak information. That's why sometimes I sit back and I just am patient. That's why I don't want to leak the style code and the colorway just yet, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. That's the last thing I ever want to do. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If this is what we're getting in 2026, are you going to pick up a pair? I like them. I'm going to go after them. But one thing I dislike is the white outsole. I wish it was either black or blue. If it was black or blue, man, these would have been so dope in my opinion. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. One more thing, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Now, it turns out this will be a 3 upload week as far as long form videos go. I thought I was only going to do 2 this week, but I did receive the What the Kobe 8, so I'm going to do a review on that, drop it Saturday. and I may drop a short on Friday. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see. But for this video, let me know what you liked or disliked down below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.